Good Morgen. Is that even how you say it in German? I didn't know. Oh, what a day. Well, it's only 10 a.m, but just got back from yoga. And I'm eating breakfast. Today we have an omelette with chili, garlic, tomato, spinach, onion, and some papaya, rock melon and watermelon with some lime. Most mornings look like this. But in the quiet of my brain, post-yoga, I've been thinking about, in advance, I'm sorry for the amount of motorbikes that go past my street. It's the sound of Bali, to be honest. In the quiet of my brain post-yoga, because my mind gets so nice and quiet after yoga, I'm thinking about all of the things and reflecting on the year that was. And it's weird, I keep getting little memories pop up on Facebook and in my phone that were happening this time last year. And it's so interesting to like see the contrast of where I'm at now, because for me, images hold a lot of energy, and I can literally tap into how I was feeling in that moment, or what I was experiencing, and all the rest. So it's a very big contrast in energy in terms of where I was at last year to where I'm at now, in all of the best ways possible. But it's just a very big contrast, which makes me want to reflect a lot harder on the year, to be honest. But if there are, I'm going to, hopefully you do the same after you watch this, but I'm going to name 3 things that I'm leaving in the snake year, the year of the snake. I'm leaving it in there. And then 3 things that I'm going to bring into the year of the horse. So my first thing that I'm going to leave in the year of the snake would be doubt. For the longest time, I would always doubt my intuition and be like, nah, that's not it. Or I'd really need visual communication, or visual confirmation rather that whatever I was experiencing was bang on 100%. And the more I've there's a gecko, the more I've explored my intuition in the last year, the more I've come to realize that that confirmation only comes from my energy, and from the internal knowing of myself, like, really. What else am I leaving in the year of the snake? People pleasing. That one I should have left in multiple Lunar New Years ago. I should have left it a long time ago. But obviously these things have a way of needing to teach us over and over again until we get the point. And I got the point. No more people pleasing. And the third thing, would be the inability to know when people and things aren't serving me anymore. And places probably the main one. I think there's times in my life where I've stayed in a place too long, knowing that it hasn't served me. So I want to take or leave that. It's probably, yeah. I want to leave that aspect of who I was. Oh, Mozzie. Mirror the snake for sure. And all of the, wait, one more. All of the versions of me that no longer serve me. Because it's really interesting. Over the last 12 months, I feel like I've moved through so many different versions in a positive way, don't get me wrong, in a positive way. And as I've done that, I've come to the realization that we are just a constant evolution of change. And it's so interesting because I would get so adapted to one way of being and then it would shift. I would create my life or create the habits that I had, the life that I had around this version, and then it would feel restrictive and it would feel too binding, and then there would be me trying to squeeze into a box even though I was constantly growing out of it, until I realized that in order for me to continue evolving in the most progressive way for myself, I need to continuously change as a human. And that's change in terms of my routine, it's change in terms of what I do on a day-to-day, it's constant constructive change. Because it also, in that, allows me to explore the nature of my being at a deeper depth, but also get to know myself on a different level and explore who I am as a soul, really. Okay, so Year of the Horse, what are we taking in? First one that came to mind was wisdom. Over the last 12 months, I think I've learned a lot and I've grown through a lot. And I've picked up a lot of wisdom along the way that will see me through the next 12 months. And I truly do believe that. So wisdom's my first one. My second one would be confidence. Like I said, being able to evolve into the person that I've been becoming constantly for the last little bit has allowed me to explore a confidence I knew was deep down inside me, but that I didn't know how to bring to the forefront until I cracked my heart open and allowed it to come through. And I know that sounds very woo-woo, but it's the truth. The more I open my heart to the world and to things and to people and to my own personal way of being, the more confident I feel in living this life. That's a pretty big one for me, actually. And my third one would be knowing. Knowing or intuition, I guess. I have these, I don't know if it's knowing or if it's a remembering, but I have had specific times in my life where I know something will happen, and it's not a forcing of anything, it's just, oh, that's gonna happen. And I know it'll come to fruition, and it's happened to me multiple times in this life. And I don't know how to explain it, but to say that I feel the entire thing within my body. Whether it's, I'm trying to think of an example. Okay, for example, my last job that I was at, I knew that I would move there, and I knew that when I did move, my life would change, and my life did change. And it was an internal knowing that also gave me the freedom to explore that, because I knew that whatever was coming for me was meant for me. So I want to continue to carry that inner knowing. Yeah, I want to continue carrying that knowing into the year of the horse for sure. Because I already know that there's things that are going to happen that I can't avoid, and I can only best position myself in alignment to them so that I can receive them in the best possible way. So those are my 3. I suggest, look, you don't have to and you might not, and by all means don't if you don't want to, but I would suggest writing down or something, or even just putting it in your notes in your phone, 3 things you're letting go of and that you're leaving in the year of the snake. Not to say that they're bad, but to just have gratitude for them and leave them behind. Knowing that they served you at that time, but they're not going to serve you in the year of the horse. So I would suggest you do that, and then I would suggest that you also call in 3 things that you want to. Holy, that is a bug. 3 things that you want to move with in the year of the horse, and carry within your internal knowing that they're going to carry you through situations, relationships, moments where you might doubt yourself or doubt your situation or where you're at or the direction of your life. I don't know. But maybe 3 things that you can reflect on as the year goes by, so that you can have it as a piece of grounding, I guess. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna get back to eating my breakfast, and the sun is out here, as you can see. So I'm gonna go and lay in the sun and juice up my energy, because that's how we charge. And yeah, really reflect on the year that was and the year that will be moving forward. And yeah, spend the final 24 hours of this year of the snake shedding what was. So adios for the moment, and I'll check in at some stage. Okay, bye.